How's it going, guys? Yes, finally, after 2 or 3 months, I have for you all today another thrift store game hunting video. I'll explain why it took me so long towards the end, but until then, let's get this thing started. Right off the bat, I saw a couple games. Hot Shots Golf 3, which is a game my dad and I used to play heavily back in the day, and SOCOM 2, which was the first tactical shooter I've ever played. Both amazing games, but of course I already owned them. Then we came across this thing. I'm not even sure what it is really. Something called the Take 10 Crew and the 3 o'clock Fight. I tried looking it up on Google, but I didn't come across any results. I'm not into the artwork whatsoever, but I thought it was kind of cool to come across either way. Anyone have a clue what this might be? This Goodwill always has a bunch of games, usually sports titles of course, although this time they had a pretty damn good selection. Delta Force, Black Hawk Down, Ghost Recon 2, and NFL Blitz. They also had this sealed big box NBA Inside Drive 2000 for the PC. I heavily debated on buying this because sealed big box PC games tend to be pretty expensive at times. I did see a few people have this on eBay for around 20 bucks in this same exact condition, but none of them have sold, so that was the main reason why I had to pass on it. I don't know why, but lately I've been finding some pretty great stuff from this particular Goodwill. Not that I'm complaining. Ratchet & Clank Deadlock, which for whatever reason seems to be not as well loved compared to the others in the franchise. And a Black Label Dark Cloud. That is one of my favorite games for the PS2. I own 2 copies of the game already, but my best friend's birthday is coming up, and I think he said he was interested in the game, so fuck it, I'll buy it for him.
That's rad.
This has got to be the funniest looking snow thrower I have ever seen. It's so small, it looks like a child's toy. And it seemed extremely cheaply made too, as most of these electric snowblowers tend to be. Kinda regret not picking up that racing game. I didn't notice until now that it was made by Capcom, which is interesting in and of itself. Another thing I totally regret not buying is this Chipmunk Punk record from the 80s. I hate the Chipmunks so much, but I don't know, there's just something about this that I think is so cool. Ralph the Movie Maker fans should know exactly what this thing is. And if you don't know who that is, you should check out his channel. His videos are absolutely amazing.
Must be a ghost. My TV turns on and off. Must be a ghost. Must be the ghost of my dead daughter. She's trying to communicate with me by turning my television on and off. Definitely 100% a ghost.
Well, would you look at that. A fat PS2 with a memory card and a power cord for 10 bucks. The price is too good to pass up. I'll clean it up a little bit, make sure it all works, and throw it on eBay. I can easily triple my money if I add on a spare AV cable and a controller. All you kids these days probably have no clue what this is. This is an overhead projector, and teachers used to use these all the time back when I was in middle school and high school, before they switched over using computers to project images onto whiteboards. Oh look, it's another graveyard of Guitar Hero and Rock Band controllers. Shame Activision really killed that franchise. I remember when everyone and their mother would play these games all day long. Nothing all that special at this thrift store, but I did come across Largo, Winch, and this card game for the PS1 for only $1 a piece. Oh, and I also picked up this CSI game for the Wii, again for only $1. I'm back at my usual Goodwill where they have a handful of PC games. There was only one that interested me, and that was that Sin game, but I knew nothing about it and didn't know if it would actually run on Windows 10. I ended up grabbing that EverQuest Online game. Yeah, I know it doesn't work or anything, but it's complete and I don't have it, so for a couple bucks, it's worth just adding to my collection. Anyone know what this is? It's for the PS2, I believe. It sorta looks like a transmitter for a wireless controller, but then again, I'm not entirely sure of that because why would it have a USB cord attached to it as well? Any guesses? Holy shit, are you serious? This is one of those home theater power center strips by Monster. These things are super expensive, and this one is brand new. Goodwill tagged it for under 10 bucks. These things new sell for over $100 all day. This is probably the best thing I've ever found so far in any of these thrift store videos, despite it not being a game. Why am I even looking at this? I already own the hardened edition of the game and it's still sealed. Probably because I'm a sucker for steelbook cases, but words cannot describe how much I fucking hate this game. Funnily enough, this Goodwill also has a fat PS2, but this time with the network adapter on the back of it, but there's no cords, no controllers, or anything else. It was 10 bucks, which I admit I should have bought, again, just to clean it up and pop it on eBay, but for whatever reason, I decided to pass on it. The last place I went to is the Salvation Army. They actually had a lot of games here, and whoever donated them must have been a big fan of college football, since there was like 8 NCAA games here. Anyway, I did happen to come across a couple that caught my eye. This weird M&M game and Lilo and Stitch for the PS1. There were 2 others that I would have bought, K1 and Knockout Kings, but the games were either too damaged or the wrong game was inside them. So that brings this episode to a close, unfortunately. Sorry it took so damn long for me to make this. I spent over a month trying to find stuff, whether it be games or simply something interesting to show you all. And for whatever reason, it's been super difficult for me to find really anything. That being said, I did walk away with a decent amount of games this time, and of course, that stupidly expensive power strip thing by Monster. So hey, even though this took way longer than expected, it did work out in the end. Anyway, everyone, thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I see you all very soon.